welcome back to All About That Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who is all about that Disney life. We now move on to an extremely goofy movie which came out in 2000. So let's get to know this cast. Jason Marsden was Max. Bill Farmer was Goofy. Jeff Bennett was Bradley Uppercrust III, the unemployment lady, the sportscaster, Ken Clark, and a diminutive member of the Gammas and an X-Games referee. Jim Cummings was Pete. Flea Beacons, that's Goofy's boss, a member of the Gammas who wears sunglasses, and both a professor and a tour guide at the college. Vicki Lewis was the beret girl. Bebe Neuwirth was Sylvia Marpole. Rob Paulson was PJ, and a member of the Gammas with black hair and a big snout, and an attendant at the X Games semifinals. Holly Shore was Bobby Zimmerowski. Brad Garrett was Tank. Patty Edwards was the receptionist. Kath Soucy, Jenna Von Oy, and Cree Summer were all college students. Now we move on to the facts all about an extremely goofy movie. Now, I'm not going to lie, I couldn't find a lot of facts about, again, why this movie was made and how this movie was made. I did the best that I could trying to find out a lot of information that I could about an extremely goofy movie, but here's what I plan to do. I'm going to give basically a main background about what this movie is about, give the facts that I have found, and then I'm going to give what I found on the internet, what are the good qualities and the bad qualities of this movie. So basically the plot for an extremely goofy movie is Max begins his freshman year at college, much to his delight, to get his own life without his father. But after an empty nest Goofy gets fired from his old job and realizes that he hasn't completed college at first, Goofy goes to Max's college so he can earn his degree, much to Max's embarrassment. Can you imagine having your parent go to the same school as you while you are still attending that school? You can kind of picture yourself in Max's shoes just a teeny bit. Anyways, let's move on to the facts all about an extremely goofy movie. Number 1, continuity. The majority of this movie seems to span only a few weeks, going from the beginning of the school year to the week of the first semester's midterm exams. This movie just spans just the first half of the fall semester. Meanwhile, the final scene of the movie, which is Goofy's graduation, is instead set many months later and at the end of the school year in spring. This means that a whole semester and a half goes by completely unseen between the movie's last and second to last scenes. Max's bedroom is both a completely different shape and in a different part of the house than in both the last Goofy movie and in Goof Troop. While the interior of Goofy's house doesn't look exactly the same as it did in Goof Troop, both the kitchen and the living room are at least located in the same places inside the house. While the wall that the house's staircase runs up is now on the opposite side of the stairs from where it was in Goof Troop. These changes in the house's appearance can be explained as artistic liberty rather than assuming that Goofy and Max moved into a new house, since the house's exteriors also looked even more different from how it looked in Goof Troop. And what might be a coincidence is that Goofy's lucky horseshoe in this movie originally appeared in the Goof Troop episode Rally Round the Goof. During the final race of the X Games, Goofy rides his bike over some hills while his body remains in place with his limbs stretching like an accordion as the bike goes up and down each hill. This animation is recycled from the Mickey Mouse Works cartoon How to Ride a Bike. This movie marks PJ's last animated appearance until making a photo cameo in the reboot DuckTales series episode Quack Pack 2 decades later. Max's love interest, Roxanne, was not in this movie due to a story difficulty as a result that she simply didn't factor enough into that movie's father-son story to vary an appearance from her. But a female college student with short red hair bears a close resemblance to Roxanne. Number 2, continuity errors. Near the beginning of the movie, it is revealed that Pete cannot wait for PJ to leave home for college. This attitude of Pete's makes no sense in the larger context of everything that comes before, as it is out of character for him in comparison to his attitude in both Goof Troop and a Goofy movie. So in Goof Troop, Pete and PJ had that really close-ish father-son relationship, and Pete always liked having PJ around and hanging out with him, while in the first Goofy movie, Pete kind of uses PJ for slave labor or whatever you want to call it, like his way of parenting, I guess. And now he's looking forward to PJ leaving and getting out of his hair for good, I guess. I don't know. When Max is asked by a girl at Club Rave to save a dance with her for later, PJ and Bobby laugh at the idea of Max dancing. In Goof Troop, Max not only knows how to dance, but dances very well and very much to PJ's awareness. Not to mention, in the first Goofy movie, Max dances with Caroline. He obviously knows how to dance. Number 3, real-world references. In the opening of the movie, Goofy attempts to hit a gong with the picture of his face that used to open the old Goofy cartoons on it. The van Bobby owns resembles a first-generation Volkswagen Type 2. The plot of this movie is very similar to the 1986 comedy movie Back to School starring Rodney Dangerfield. Both fathers attend the same college as their son. Both feature the son competing with a rival in a sport. Both see the father fall in love with and eventually date one of the college's faculty members. Both see the son deciding to leave college due to the father's popularity, then deciding against it. Both have the father in an argument with both his girlfriend and his son, and both arguments get patched up at the end. Both have the father graduate at the end of the movies, and both have the fathers partially helping their sons in their college life. Number 4, awards and nominations. At the Annie Awards, this movie won Outstanding Achievement in an Animated Home Video Production, and Bill Farmer was nominated for Outstanding Individual Achievement for voice acting by a male performer in an animated feature production, but he lost to Tim Allen for Toy Story 2. Number 5, bonus facts. When the movie was shown on the Disney Channel and Toon Disney, the part with Goofy and Max saving Tank from the flaming X symbol was cut out due to the September 11 attacks in 2001. Unlike a Goofy movie, an extremely Goofy movie is not a musical movie in which there are no characters that sing any original songs. However, this movie is a sports-based college comedy movie with popular songs comprising its soundtrack. In one scene, Bobby breaks the fourth wall when asking, "Why do the characters always wear gloves?" That kind of blew my mind too when I was researching and I realized, yeah, why are they all wearing gloves? What's the point? I don't know. And this movie was released on Leap Year Day in 2000. So now we get on to the iffy part, the good and the bad points for an extremely goofy movie based on the internet. So the good points for an extremely goofy movie: the movie is a perfect sequel to the original Goofy movie. Goofy is still himself. He's funny. He's a klutz. We still love him. It has good animation quality that's better than the first one. Well, obviously, because the first one was made in 95 and this one came out 5 years later. The movie has a few funny moments. There's a great subplot with Goofy and Sylvia. You get to see Goofy fall in love. It's really rare to see. There's exciting action scenes, especially regarding the X Games. The movie has a good moral message about staying focused. Stay focused on your dreams, your tasks, and don't give up. It has a great soundtrack. And this movie is a great finale to the entire Goof Troop franchise. And I have to agree, this was a perfect send-off for Goofy, for Max. This was a good last chapter for the Goof Troop franchise. So the bad points: it's the pop culture references are corny and kind of outdated. The animation has way too much detail. And both movies are not perfect Disney movies because the original Goof Troop series is considered better than both the Goofy movies. And there you have it, all the facts to an extremely goofy movie. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.